Like, the dude commissioned a fucking statue to put in his fucking tower. Like, that's the only statue they have. WrestleMania has a memorial battle royal to Andre. Like, I really, in my heart of hearts, want to believe Vince wouldn't do something that stupid. Like, it just somehow got by everybody. I don't want to think Paul Heyman just came up with it. But it's like, what the fuck? I don't know. But to say you could literally be Andre and Hogan on a team in their prime is...
My only theory is that it's one of those things that sounded better in their heads.
Yeah.
Like they didn't act, like they probably didn't say it out too much. Like, but still, like that's fucking. Like I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, like, I just can't believe more people aren't pissed off about it. Like, I don't know if it's just a lot of fans are, they came in during the Monday Night Wars and like all they know of Andre is WrestleMania 3. And I'm not trying to like shit on anybody like, oh, I'm older than you, fuck you. Your opinion's invalidated. But nobody is better than Andre. Like, you could make arguments like Big Show's a better worker than Andre. Sure, he was. There's no fucking argument to ever be made there. Like, if you try to argue that, you're stupid. No one ever meant what Andre meant. He could literally go to any territory and he was the top guy. He'd go to Japan and be the top guy. He'd go to Europe, be the top guy. He'd go to Mexico, kill a bunch of luchadors. You could literally have 30-man battle royals. Andre could enter number 1, kill everybody else, and the crowd would cheer. Name me anybody who could do that. Ever. Maybe Austin. Hogan certainly couldn't do it. People were getting butthurt when he beat up Macho or Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Or Brett. Like, you had other guys that were that popular. You could literally line up every face of the company at the same time and have Andre just steamroll all of them, and people would lose their mind for Andre.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a big fan of Daniel Bryan, but his popularity can't sniff Andre's. Like, he was the biggest, the greatest thing ever. Even when Andre turned heel on Hogan, like, on the build-up to WrestleMania 3, like, people were absolutely stunned. They were like, Andre's our friend. We love Andre. Like, I just... I don't think anybody could ever make an argument. And I know a lot of people, if you ask a lot of professional wrestlers, they say Ric Flair is everything in wrestling, like he is all around the greatest. I love Ric Flair. I don't think there's an argument to be made that anybody is on Andre class. Nothing against Ric Flair, but it's just like, no. You're good. I love Ric Flair. I can watch all of his matches. I loved his matches with Sting.
Yeah.
But, no. Nobody is Andre class.
I agree 110%.
Yeah.
Andre, it's like you said, man, like you got like the 4 faces of Mount Rushmore, which would probably end up being like Hogan,
Bruno,
Macho Man, Bruno.
If I had to do it, I would say
maybe Flair.
I do Flair, Hogan, Austin, and Bruno right now. I think there's an argument when Cena retires that he should be thrown up there no matter how you feel about Cena. I'm not a big Cena guy.
And fucking Andre is the Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah,
like he gets his own fucking thing. Like it's
you should build the Washington Monument on top of Mount Rushmore for Andre. Like, he's just... I literally am flabbergasted on, like, how anybody could ever compare them. Like, and again, like I said, like, it's like the ultimate heel thing to say is to shit on Andre to me. Like, I could literally... Like, I've actually talked to a lot of people online about this, because I know a lot of people were talking about, like, well, Bryan as a face is kind of dying down. Like, where do you go with him? Like, should they turn him heel? I'm like, how could you turn Daniel Bryan heel? Like, I feel like he could go out there and, like, axe kick Brie in the head, and people would cheer. Like, but I have no problem with somebody being like, I don't like Daniel Bryan, he's a dick. But, like, anybody who would seriously, like, be like, you know what? I don't think Andre was that important. You're wrong. There's no argument. He's the greatest ever in professional wrestling. Period. I don't care if you're like, you know what, I didn't really enjoy his matches. Like, alright. Still the greatest thing ever in wrestling. But I don't want to end this video on like a sour, pissed off note. So I'm going to talk about a few things that are making me happy on this Raw and what I see towards WrestleMania as a build-up. Ryback. Ryback's my favorite thing going right now in wrestling. I don't know why. I feel like you get shit on a lot for dumb reasons. I think the Ryback has a great promo. I don't know why. But like when Ryback talks, I get pumped up. Like I'll be like half asleep watching Raw. Just like, oh my god, this sucks. Like the Ryback will come out and just cut a promo on the Axeman. And they debut this new fucking catchphrase, I hope. Like, I hope that's his catchphrase. I fucking enjoy it. I'll buy a t-shirt with it on it. That says, if you're hungry, make some noise. I love that. I think that's a great promo line. So, yeah, I love some Ryback. Do I think he's going to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal this year? Maybe. I mean, I think it's a foregone conclusion that Brock is leaving after WrestleMania, so that means Roman has to win. And I'm kind of calling that Seth is probably going to cash in at WrestleMania. I think he successfully kind of buried a lot of the backstage heat he would have had for the dick pic gate, I guess you'd call it. I mean, that wasn't on him. You can't really be mad at him. Like, yes, he cheated on his girlfriend, and that's all shitty and whatever, but it's like, that's not any of our business. That's between him and his fiancée and the other girl. Do I think it would have hurt him more if he was a face? Yeah, probably. If you were trying to sell him towards kids, and then he had something like that come out. But, like, the fact that he's a heel, I feel like kind of, whether or not it's right, I feel like it kind of protects you. Like, I want my heels to be dicks. Like, it's kind of hard to get behind a heel that seems like a generally nice guy. So like I was saying, I think Seth is going to cash in, and then you're going to have Seth kind of trying to dodge Roman for a time, and then like that's going to have to come to an end. Roman will get the title back. You'll probably have a couple matches with Bryan after that. And then around like SummerSlam time, I could definitely see maybe Ryback and Reigns. Just have them have like a good smash mouth beat 'em up match. And then Ambrose turn heel and cash in instantly. Smash Roman with the case. Take his title, so he's lost the title twice, both by, you know, kind of underhanded means. Keeps Roman looking strong. Gives Ambrose the title. He can kind of keep up that tweener douchebag kind of-ness to himself. Like, you know, they could have a match after that. You could have Ambrose go over with some kind of shenanigans, if you will. And then you could build towards that thing I was saying with Austin, I think.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
If I was booking, that's how I would book. That way you kind of get a couple matches each against all the top guys. I think, you know, after you have Ambrose go over Roman in the rematch, then you could move towards Roman and Cena doing some sort of program. Maybe even hold off and do Roman and Cena at WrestleMania. I think that's a huge match. A lot of money in that. I don't think it needs to be for a title, just, you know, Roman, I'm the face of the company, bleed at. And John Cena's like, I'm not ready to give up the reins yet. So I think like that could work. Biggest concerns right now is where does Daniel Bryan go for WrestleMania? Like, I assume Cena and Rusev is still happening. I don't see any reason to suspect that won't happen. Like, despite the fact Rusev's like, I will not have a rematch with you. Fuck you, Cena. I'm sure something will happen and I'll have a rematch. Randy and Seth is obviously coming to a head, and they'll have a match at WrestleMania. The world title is going to be a one-on-one, I'm pretty sure. I know a lot of people want to see Bryan and Lesnar, and I feel like it's a damn shame we're not going to get to see that match.
Yeah.
But even I'm kind of like, I don't really want a triple threat again. Ambrose, Ziggler, R-Truth, and Barrett are probably locked up for the IC belt. You're probably going to have two different kind of goofy tag matches. Maybe the Ascension one will get bumped to pre-show. Then you have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Like, you could put Bryan in there, but at the same time, it's like he's bigger than that match. Like, it just kind of feels weird. Triple H and Sting are obviously doing a thing. Bray and Taker are going to do something. I mean, unless they're going to do some sort of return, I don't know who would return. I think the only guy they could get that could match Bryan and Star Power, where you could have a match where it doesn't just kind of hijack the show, is Shawn Michaels. But it's like, it's so late, I don't know how you could really build that story.
Yeah.
I have just this horrible feeling where you're going to get Bryan Sheamus, which I love both of them, but I just don't want to see that match anymore. At least for a little while. Like, I feel like I've seen that match a lot. And I get that they like working together, and I think they have great chemistry, but I've seen that match too much. Or, God forbid, Bryan versus the Big Show or Kane. I'm just like, no.
We're done.
I said on my other profile on KMC, I'm ready for the Big Show to become the world's largest commentator. And I don't mean that as any insult. I think Big Show cuts a great promo. I think he could be a great commentator. Take over JBL. Be a fucking heel. Boo Cena. Boo Roman Reigns. You're the heel. Talk about how they're shitty assholes. And in your day, the closed fist was illegal. Roman Reigns a dirty cheater. I don't care. Do whatever you gotta do. But I think Mark Henry, is retiring this year. I've heard rumors that, like, between the three of them, that there's been talk that somebody's retiring among the three. And I kind of feel like at this point, they all three have kind of done everything they need to do, really. I mean, I could kind of see Big Show hanging around doing the commentary every once in a while, doing a match. But he's kind of slowing down. I don't know. I don't want to see any of them against Daniel Bryan. I know there's talk that maybe by then you'll have Aaron Neville on the main roster, and Neville Bryan would be an amazing match.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
I don't know how you could really, like I said, it's so late. Like, I think there's 3 weeks, 3 Raws before WrestleMania. I might be wrong. It might be 4, but like even still, like, you'd have to get him up. Prove to the crowd is a big deal, because a lot of them don't watch NXT. Give them a reason to feud. I mean, it doesn't have to be a great reason, just like, how was the big fish of NXT, and Bryan's like, alright, that's kind of a small pond. But at the same time, like, you can't have Bryan lose 2 pay-per-views in a row, and you don't want Neville to lose his first match. I mean, I guess there's ways you could protect him. You know, have him go for the red arrow. Bryan gets the knees up or whatever, rolls him up for the pin. Or even locks in the yes lock, gets him to tap after a solid match where they both look good. You know, have Bryan, struggling to beat Neville, but he gets the victory at the end, and you think he's going to attack him after the bell, but he gives him a hand up, and, he presents him to the crowd like, this kid's going to be great, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that could work. Maybe, like, that would be, like, to me, like, if you leave Bryan off of WrestleMania, you are in fucking shark-infested waters with your balls hanging in there. Like, you are teabagging Jaws' shark cage. Like, you're just looking to get, like, hijacked. If you're just like, yeah, Bryan doesn't need to be on this WrestleMania. But who do you put him in there against? Like, who could he beat up right now that matters? And I have a feeling like they're bringing Sheamus back to be a bad guy, and that seems like the obvious way to make sure Sheamus gets booed. But unless they give them serious time, they let them work, and it's not just, Sheamus steel chairing them and whatever, I kind of don't want to see that match. Other stuff, any other things I could think about in WWE. We'll probably do other videos later. I do have one thing I guess I could say about non-WWE stuff, so if you guys are purely here for WWE talk, like, comment, and subscribe, and all that good shit, see you in another video. Lucha Underground. I used to be able to watch it pretty easily on YouTube. You'd have multiple people, and I think El Rey has kind of cracked down on that. And I gotta just say, it sucks. Like, I would have no problem if they had, like, another thing. And if they do, like, they have some official way to watch it outside of, like, I don't have El Rey. I'm pretty sure, like, it's literally only in the Midwest of the United States. I don't know what its distribution in other countries are. But literally, like, the only way I can watch it is it comes on, like, sporadically on Telemundo in Spanish. And I'm not going to watch it like that. Sorry. And I feel like they need to come up with a better way to do this. Like, I don't know if it's putting, like, a shit ton of ads all over their El Rey YouTube page and doing, like, pre-roll ads and mid-roll ads and all kinds of dumb shit. Selling ad space on the video and add ads to the video as you play it on YouTube. So, like, that way they can make their money back. But, like, right now I can't watch it. Like, I looked about streaming it and I was like, no, I don't feel good about that. Like, because I almost did it for the last episode. I was like, I couldn't find it anywhere on YouTube. And then there was some guy and he had, like, a video. He's like, check the link in my thing. And it was, like, some feed out of Pakistan. I was like, no, I'm not gonna download something out of Pakistan on my computer and just fucking blow my house up. No offense, Pakistan. I was just like, nah, that seems a little too shady for me. So, like, I don't know if you guys have, like, an official way, if anybody knows of an official way you can watch it outside of having El Rey or watching it in Spanish on Telemundo in the most sporadic way possible, because it's never on at the same time. Please leave in the comments. One last thing, I guess. My thoughts on TNA wrestling. Because I know a lot of people are huge Bobby Roode, Austin Aries. A lot of guys in there people like. And I don't know, I'm kind of struggling right now with them.
I gave up on TNA a while ago.
Yeah, they kind of go through patches of good and bad. Like, I think they were doing really good in their last New York tapings. These ones... I don't know, like, I just kind of feel like I've seen Austin Aries, Bobby Roode so many times. And granted, they're great wrestlers and you always see something new. But, I mean, it's kind of like, well, today I'm going to get tuna fish with lettuce. And tomorrow I'm going to get tuna fish with tomatoes. And next time I'm going to get with lettuce and pickles. This time I'm just going to get it with just pickles. And this time I want it with onions. It's like, it's mostly the same thing, and like I said, they're great wrestlers, but TNA definitely needs to bring in more people.
Yeah.
I love Kurt Angle, but he's definitely slowing down. Like, I see a lot of people like, oh no, he looks just as good as he always did. I'm like, no.
That's not a thing that happens with wrestlers.
Yeah, like,
It doesn't work that way.
Yes, he can throw a good German suplex on Low Ki when Low Ki does a fucking backflip and lands on his stomach. It's just literally Kurt Angle doing a backsplash with his arms out, and Low Ki is doing everything else. Like, yes, it looks good. But, like, everything else in the match, just not great. I don't know. I feel like it's hurting his career. I could understand. I know a lot of people are probably going to give me flack for this because they're like, oh, you think only WWE matters and blah, blah, blah. I feel like he should come back, do one WrestleMania match against Bryan, and then retire. I mean, if he wants to go back to TNA after that WrestleMania match, work out some deal with Dixie. You know, we want him for one match and 3 Raws or whatever. And then retire. Just be a commissioner in TNA. Come out of retirement every once in a while, do a match. But having him work week in and week out is definitely hurting him. It's kind of the same issue I had with Sting close to his retirement, where he was really starting to slow down. Like, I think he could work one match, you know, every couple months. You know, you have a big pay-per-view. I would even go farther than that. Like, if you're having Sting work more than... Go back to TNA work a Slammiversary, make it a loser leaves town kind of thing, forfeit your career. Have EC3 put him out. I love EC3. I think that guy's fucking amazing. Have him, beat Kurt Angle, have Tyrus interfere, whatever. Kurt Angle's retired from wrestling. Blah, 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 blah. Somewhere down the line, you could have him work another match here and another match there, but definitely should not be an every week kind of thing.
Right.
He should work less than Lesnar. Like, he could be around, but he shouldn't be wrestling, in my opinion. There's a couple names that are kind of rumored that are going to be going to TNA. One of them is Chris Hero, and last I saw of him was when he was in NXT, and he wasn't really looking like he was in the greatest ring shape. I've heard he's really cut weight, and he's starting to look really good. I think he could be a big blessing for TNA. I think he's got enough of a cult fan base that, he's going to bring in viewers. People are going to want to see what he does. And the other guy, and he debuted, was Drew Galloway. Drew McIntyre for purely WWE guys out there that, don't follow the indies so much. And I think he's got an amazing look. I think he's a real good-looking dude. I think they could market him to the moon if they really wanted to. He's kind of got a strong accent, but it's not, anything where you can't understand what he's saying. I think he's a solid in-ring worker. I don't think he's, amazing or anything, but I think he's solid as hell. Better than Magnus. I'm just going to put that out. No offense, Magnus. But I think he could do everything Magnus is going to do, short of drawing I impregnated Mickey James heat. So, I guess he has.
That's a lot of heat.
I banged Taryn Terrell heat. And I got beat up by Taryn Terrell heat. So he's got those two things going for him. But, I feel like TNA just needs to bring in some young guys. I don't care who they are. I don't need to see Homicide back, and I like Homicide, don't get me wrong, but I just need to see new blood in TNA. I don't need, Sanjay Dutt coming in to work 3 matches. As much as I love the Canadian Destroyer, I don't need Petey Williams coming in to work 4 matches. Just give me some new young guys. Not fucking the British Invasion twins. I just need some young guys, 6'3", 230, go in there, do some work. Bring Crimson back if you're going to bring back somebody that was in the fold before. I just need some guys that could work up at that top level. I think Gunner's starting to get there, so he'll definitely freshen things up. I'm not a big Mr. Anderson fan, so I'm just kind of like, yeah, he's back. I think Bubba, Bully, whatever the hell you want to call him, Mr. Dudley, Mr. Brother 3D. I kind of feel like he should probably stay away for a little bit. He can come back at some point. I don't dislike him. I just kind of feel like I've seen him kind of played out. Want to kind of build up, then he'd come back, get injected into that main event scene. So I think he's a really great talker, really solid in-ring worker. I think he has a great mind for the business. But I feel like he's such a character that he kind of commands so much screen time. The kind of same problem I have at MVP right now, where he chews up so much time on the show that it's like, step back for a bit. People know who you are. Let some of the new young guys get over. Then you could step in and have matches with them. But I feel like that's the major problem right now with TNA is you just have a lot of guys that I've seen forever. And the most hated thing in all of professional wrestling to me, and that's how we're going to end this video, is Janice. Abyss's board with nails sticking out of it. I don't even know what to say about it. I can understand suspension of disbelief. I was okay with a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire because you could hit somebody with it. It would hurt and the barbed wire sucked. But you could do it safely. There is no safe way to hit somebody with a stick with giant fucking railroad spikes sticking out of it. So then you end up taking the most protected shots to the stomach ever. And it looks stupid. It is literally the same argument, like, when people are like, well, they brought a gun to the ring. Like, yeah, that's a gimmick. Why didn't the big boss man cash in on that and just shoot somebody with a revolver? They climb up to the top rope, fucking super fly. He just like climbs to the top rope, hit the splash, he pulls out a pistol and shoots him in the shoulder. Like, it's stupid. You can't inject that into professional wrestling. It's like if somebody came out with a fucking broad axe, just like swinging it around at people. It's like, no, it's just too dumb. I wish Abyss would go back to tax or something that's like workable in a match.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way to work Janice in a match. It's just a thing that's there, and it's just dumb to me. I mean, there's been some dumb weapons in wrestling. Head, like a mannequin head for a weapon. No offense to Al Snow, I loved me some Al Snow back in the day. He's still working in TNA, actually. He's about to have a match, or he did have a match this week, actually.
Oh, I couldn't.
So, he's still looking good. And he's actually looking better than before. I don't know, he's like aging backwards.
He's got the Benjamin Button thing.
Yeah. Eating some fucking lean meat. Doing the right stuff, hopefully. But he's looking...
Taking his vitamins, saying his prayers.
Yeah, looking pretty diesel right now. But yeah, with that, guys, very quick wrap up. Divas should get more time. I think we both agree with that. Roman can't sniff Andre's jockstrap. JBL, pick a side. Lucha, figure that shit out so I can watch. Ambrose, Austin, book that shit. TNA, we need new people. I'm Dave.
I am Super Chudge Funk.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to see more wrestling talk, give this video a thumbs up. Throw something in the comments. Be like, this is what I enjoy. This is what I'd like to see more of this on the channel. If you guys want to see more of other shit, and you're like, I don't care about wrestling talk, same thing.
Let us know, guys. Let us know what you want to see.
Because
we'll fucking do it. We don't care.
Yeah, I'm down to talk wrestling with anybody about anything. Any era. If you guys want to hear more classic talk, if you guys want to hear more up-to-date current stuff, if you like to see top 10 lists, whatever you guys want to see, just throw it in the comments.
Any particular wrestler you want us to talk about? You guys, because like Dave said, you guys want us to talk about Bruno? Talk about Bruno and all the cool shit he did. Wants to talk about fucking Mean Gene? We'll fucking talk about Mean Gene. We don't give a shit. Just let us know, guys. But with that said, we're going to cut it here. And we'll see you guys next time.
Later.